pudding from scratch.
Hey you, I'm SpackaLou, and today, for the first time, I am going to try cooking. Now, alright, little teeny tiny disclaimer here. Technically, I do know how to cook. I mean, I can cook eggs. Haha, that's cooking, right? No, but in all seriousness, I do know how to cook. But I've never made homemade chocolate pudding before. So I'm going to try that. And hopefully it'll be awesome. So for the first direction, we have to take the cocoa powder and put it in with some sugar, some granulated white sugar, and whisk it together. Now, I know this is because the cocoa powder is kind of oily and it won't really mix into the milk very well. It kind of just likes to sit there and bubble up and not really get absorbed, and it's kind of gross. But mixing it with the sugar makes that not happen somehow through the magic of science. So anyway, all right, now we're going to put that on, and we're going to put it into a saucepan, and we're going to take our half cup of milk, we're going to pour it in, and turn the burner on to medium-high heat, and just kind of whisk it up. I kind of wish I could show you this right now because it still sort of does the sitting on top and not really absorbing and looking weird when you first do it, and then the sugar kind of kicks in, I guess, and attracts the milk to the cocoa. It really, in this case, I think the sugar is kind of like Cupid because it makes the cocoa powder and the milk attracted to each other and stick together. That's a weird analogy. Anyway, that's not very nice. And after that, I have to check. I lost the page. After that, we're going to, I believe, bring it to a boil and then bring it off of heat. We're going to take it off the heat. And if you're interested in doing this, I got this recipe off of Food Network. So if you want to cook along with me, I'm going to edit this part out because it's boring just waiting for it to simmer.
Well, you're stirring a little too fast, remember? Stirring puts air into what you're cooking, and if you're trying to get it, you're not trying to get that to boil, you're just trying to get it to very hot simmer.
Is Hattie exceeding the stir limit?
Hattie is exceeding the stirring limit.
SpackaLou has exceeded the stir limit. I'm SpackaLou, I'm not Hattie. I don't know what to say. Couldn't think of anything really. Blah, 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 blah.
Stirring pudding is boring.
Storing. I'm gonna store the pudding right good. Yeah. Stirring pudding is really boring, I think. Stirring anything, you know, if you make like white sauce or hollandaise sauce and you have to continuously stand here and stir, it kind of sucks, really. Although if you think about it, the food that you make from that are kind of some of the best foods, I think. They just end up tasting the yummiest. But, well, I guess the jury's probably still out on my chocolate pudding. Can't put that in because that's a copyrighted tune. Woo!
But you can use copyrighted materials. You can use 10% or 30 seconds, whichever is less.
Are you still doing that? Are you still recording?
He needs to quit talking. If we were on a movie set, he'd be kicked out by now.
Are you editing now?
No, she's still recording.
Okay. Recorder.
You,
Just let me know I can turn the TV back on.
My hand is getting hot. Do 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 do. It's never ever going to simmer.
well, you're still over stirring.
That part's going in, just that little clip. Oh my gosh. So, my neighbor just got home. You want to know how I know that? Because he has one of these radios in his car that, you know, the ones that just go boom, 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 boom. And it's not just sound, it's physical. You can probably hear it. And I'm sorry to any of you out there that like having the big giant subwoofers in your car, but really, no one else wants to hear it or feel it, really. So you should just stop. Just stop. Stop. On behalf of everyone, just stop. It's not good. No. Okay. I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. I got that. Enough has been said. Do you ever wonder when you're making something, like, where did it come from? Who had the thought to say, okay, I'm going to put in some beans and some cow juice and some dead chicken babies together and make dessert? Who thought that, really?
My mom.
Who thought that that would be good? With a lot of things like that, who decided that they would eat unborn chickens, really, even? To get a little bit simpler, what was going through the caveman's head when they decided to do this? There's something, why? Never mind.
I told you it was my mom.
That's not what I was talking about. Okay, I think we're almost getting there. It's making noises. Okay, so I think it's hot enough, so I'm going to take and just put it over here. And I'm going to grab, this is a mixture of some cornstarch, which is kind of the leavening, thickening agent, eggs, and a half a cup of milk. And can you see it there? Kind of. That's on the heat. I probably shouldn't do that. I'm just going to take my whisk and slowly, before I do that, actually, I need to whisk these things together. And this whisk is not being my friend. It keeps sticking to everything and not wanting to move fluidly in my bowls. You ever have that problem where your whisks don't move fluidly? Alright, that's pretty well beaten. A little bit more. Now we're going to slowly, just a little bit at a time, mix these ingredients together until they're well combined. And I'm going to try to do it without making a giant mess since I'm whisking with my left hand, and that's kind of weird. Oh, that is just making all kinds of awkward noises. Yeah, I almost just spilled burning hot liquid on myself. That would have hurt a lot. A little bit more. And I think by this point, you can really just kind of put it all in. You don't have to separate, just like with, if any of you know how to make white sauce, when you add the milk to the flour mixture, you got to do it a little bit at a time, but then when you get about halfway through, you can just dump the milk in. So now we've done that, and it looks really weird. I think it's separating. I'm going to put that back in and put back on, return the saucepan and cook over medium-high heat, whisking continuously until the pudding comes to a full boil. Now, continuously, probably still just like before, means you don't want to overmix like I just was. I apparently have apparently I'm a very overactive whisker. Are you a very overactive whisker? We should start a whole public service announcement for that. Are you an overactive whisker? If so, please call 1-800-WHISK. No, that actually sounds more like a phone number to call to buy a whisk. 1-800-WHISKER.
Did you put salt in it?
I think that these parts where I'm just whisking, I'm just going to go, you know, fast forwarded it. Do the whisking dance. Do the whisking dance. Do, 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 do. Next time we need to decide to cook something that's not whisking. No whisking. I'm anti-whisking. That sounds like another public service announcement. Are you an anti-whisker? Do you despise whisking? I do, because it's really making my hand hot. So after this, we're gonna. So after this comes to a boil, we're going to take it off the heat and continue to whisk until it gets thick, and then put it into bowls, little cute little ramekin type bowls, dessert bowls, snack bowls, party bowls, whatever you want to call them. And then refrigerate, because I don't think you really want to eat warm pudding. I don't think warm pudding sounds. Oh, it's already starting to get thick. It did not boil at all, and it is thickening.
You still need to cook it for the 2 or 3 minutes. Turn it down.
Oh, I thought I was turning it off.
You need to cook it and stir it for 2 or 3 minutes.
Alright, so since it started to thicken, without boiling, well, it's kind of boiling. There are a couple bubbles, bubbling up. But I went ahead and put it all the way on low, and I'm going to just whisk for 2 to 3 minutes. And really, it's such a nice, pretty, I don't really think I can show you very well. See, it's such a nice, oh yeah, I'm so excited. I would taste it right now, except I'm pretty sure I burned my tongue off. And I don't know about you, but burning your tongue off really isn't a very fun pastime. Alright. It's probably been about long enough. Whisk it furiously. Whisk it furiously. Alright. So, alright, let's be brave, people. Be brave with me. And that was not a big enough taste test to actually taste. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour it in there. You see in this beautifulness? We're making a mess. I think cooking should just inherently come with a little bit of mess, really. If you're not making a mess when you cook, you're just really not having fun. Alright, so now that those are all nice and separated out, I am going to go ahead and do a little sneak peek of how this tastes. I'm kind of scared though, because again, I really don't want to burn my tongue off. I did not say that right. I really don't want to burn my tongue off, but oh, here goes. It's not as sweet as I expected. Alright, well, anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I will have another video out. I'm planning on doing 3 a week. I really hope you liked this. If you've made chocolate pudding, or if you've made chocolate pudding, if you think I made it weirdly, if you have a different recipe, if you don't like chocolate pudding, go ahead and give it a comment. Let me know what you think. And until then, I am SpackaLou, and you are awesome. See you later, guys.